Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. We brought that huge load of ore we grabbed from the Imperial Mine down here to Jason's mill site, Mount Baker Mining and Metals. Jason and Harry are helping me out here today. We're gonna run everything through the mill and make a really high-grade concentrate of this silver ore. Wish us luck, and I hope you enjoy. Say hi, Jason.
Hey, everybody.
We got Jason, and we also have Harry from Mine Operator today.
Howdy.
Clean off the table so there's no contamination from a previous run affecting our results from this current run. Ear protection's in. Now I get to yell at the camera lots.
Here we go.
Now the first step is to figure out how much ore we actually have. So we're weighing up all the bags and getting an idea. I'm guessing 500 to 700 pounds? Yeah, 300? Okay. Yeah, it's looking like it's probably gonna be about 300 pounds in the end. They're coming out between about 30, averaging about 30 pounds a piece, and there's 12 bags of them. Now my idea with the Imperial ore here is we have so much fun smelting silver and gold ores out, but a lot of people want to try it for themselves or try playing with this kind of stuff themselves. So what I think I want to do with this ore here is we're going to process it all. We're going to take a section of it, a sample of it, and assay it and see what's in it. Then I'm going to take the masses. I'm going to take the sulfides that we've concentrated out, put them in 1 pound bags, and if anyone out there wants to try their hand at recovering the minerals that are in there, I'll have them for sale on my website, www.danhurdprospecting.com. In the shop, not going to be crazy expensive. It's silver. Silver, even though silver is a precious metal, it's still not an expensive precious metal. Although there is a fair amount of gold content in there as well. And if you're not familiar with my channel or Jason's channel, Jason runs Mount Baker Mining and Metals. It's a company that manufactures mining equipment. This is a great big jaw crusher. It takes the big rocks, breaks them down into smaller rocks. This is a hopper feeder. It takes those smaller rocks and hoppers them and then feeds them out at a constant slow rate. The conveyor then takes it up to the impact mill over here. The impact mill has these flails that go around inside, these big metal blocks that pulverize the smaller rocks into dust. That dust comes out the chute onto a shaker table. This shaker table goes back and forth, and because of the layout of the grooves and the motion of the ore, it separates out the lighter stuff on one side. The water flow flows the lighter stuff away. The heavier stuff comes off to this side and falls into the bins down there that contain the good metals, the heaviest stuff, the value. The tailings come off and fall in this little hopper here, and then this screw dewaters the tailings, so as it screws the sand up, the water flows back, and out the end drops a fairly dry crushed ore. Saves the water. That's the whole system in a nutshell. All made by this guy right here. Every last weld, right?
That's me. I do everything.
Okay, what do we have?
Yeah,
354 pounds.
Yep.
161 kilograms. That's a good sample.
That's a good sample.
That's a good sample. There should be a lot of silver in that.
I think we're going to have a lot of cons.
Yes. Now, we had an entire video of collecting this ore. This is Mariposite. So it's a chrome mica ore, really high in silver. It has some gold content as well. Beautiful rock, very neat coloring on it. Maybe dark background's better. Really nice looking rock. We've actually slabbed up a whole bunch of this material because it's beautiful for making jewelry out of as well. Now these are a couple pieces that Harry slabbed up down here at Jason's shop, but I have tons of this stuff back home in my cutting shop that's being processed right now. We'll have lots of the slabs up on our website, www.danhurdprospecting.com. Here we go! bucket, and we've adjusted it to be catching all of our sulfides because we don't want to be losing any here. The silver's in the sulfides, so we're catching it all going into number 3. Number 2 is the heavy sulfides. Number 1 will be any metallic metals that are coming through. And there's some. We're comparing rocks.
So the number 1 should be getting the very, very silver-rich pyrites coming to galinas. So this is the really heaviest of the heaviest. Here is the masses of pyrites, just the general stuff. Here's any pyrites that still might have a little bit of the mariposite attached to it. We're catching it all. We've adjusted it, so we're getting the line right there. Basically, that's where we think the sulfides stop. This will be a fun ore because it's going to be mostly sulfides, but you're going to have these odd little pieces of mariposite in with the ore. Quite a gray mud coming off it. Almost a hint of green to it for some reason. I wonder why. There's a good chance it's that stranger material, the antimony silver sulfite coming out right here, where the galena is coming out over here, because that is going to be 60% silver, where this will be about 2% silver. I sure hope I'm able to get my voice on this camera yelling at it, but it's really, really loud here.
Blow away that silver band, and there's a little fine gold line underneath.
Really?
Yeah.
I see it. There's gold in this.
There's gold in
There's free milled gold. Oh, that's crazy.
Or whatever that silver stuff is, there's gold in it.
There's gold.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no doubt that's gold.
Yeah. All the way down the line.
We're seeing a pile of gold concentrating in one spot right now. Pick it up on camera? I don't know. Yeah, there you go. There's a little halo right at the top there of gold. That's crazy. We're getting a perfect gold line forming here now that we've cleaned up the water a little bit, cleaned up the table. Perfect line of gold right off into the number 1 concentrates. Go for it, Jason. Plug her in.
This is a bit longer of a run because there was a lot of ore there. I think we are slowly coming to the end of it. I have pulled out some of the really, really pretty rocks out of here. The really pretty ones, and I'll put those up on my website just for people who want a piece of mariposite, in their collection. Yeah, that's a nice one. So Jason, if anyone is interested in your equipment, where do they go to find out more about it?
You can find information on our website, mbmmllc.com. We've got lots of pictures, videos, information, pricing.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
On the website, mbmmllc.com.
Correct.
I'll put a link right here.
And Dan comes down 2 times a month to run this thing.
It's great equipment.
Here comes the end. We see the end in sight. That was a much longer run. That was 20 minutes to half an hour running that because it's just that much more ore. That's a beautiful piece. That one's not going through the crusher. Still gold in there. The gold has been constant this entire time. The tailings definitely have a green tinge to them. That's for sure. Now that there's no new ore coming onto the table, it does look like we got the split at fairly good spot. We got sulfides missing the divider, and we have still some of the lighter material hitting the divider. It looks like we did a pretty good job of locating that. Cleaning off the table, getting the last of the gold out of here. Silver and gold, and actually we saw way more than we were expecting. He's managing to get a little bit at the, there it is. There's a beautiful gold line. There is way more gold than I expected here. Look at that. There we are, number 1 and number 2. Number 1, number 2.
That's it.
And those are the high grade cons there. Number 3.
Oh, that's heavy.
Might be heavy.
Probably half a bucket.
Half a bucket?
That's still a lot.
That's a lot.
You brought 350 pounds. You got
There's cons.
a third of a bucket. There you go.
Oh, look at that. It's just solid sulfide. Nice.
That's a lot. That is a
There
lot.
are pounds of silver in there.
How much should we run? 350 pounds?
350. There's probably 50, 60, 70 pounds here.
At 2% silver, we was that what the XRF told us?
I don't remember.
I wouldn't go off the XRF number from that, but it tells you the silver's there.
Okay. We decided to smelt some of the Imperial ore here. So mixing up the flux for the Imperial, we're gonna go, I think he's going for 600. There we go, 600 soda ash. We'll go for 600 grams of the ore itself. Yummy. That's pretty darn close. Pretty close. About 400 borax or so?
Let's go a little more. Let's go 500.
500 borax, make it a little bit more fluid. And just a little bit of silica. Looks like 100 grams of silica. And we're not putting bismuth in this one because it's such a high lead ore already. The lead will be our collector metal. Mix it up really good. Are you playing in the mud?
And here's the Imperial getting ready to smelt.
You're wondering why I'm saying the mine name over and over and over again in the video. It's because we've got 3 different smelts and coupels going on in there, and I don't know which video each of them is going into. So I'm actually trying to say before I start each clip which or which mine the shot is from. Eventually I have to put this all together into a video or 3. I don't know. So Jason's just telling me that that Imperial ore is so high in sulfides that it's taken on pounds of iron. When you put iron in, it takes the sulfur off of the sulfides, attaches to the iron, gets rid of it, leaving whatever else was in there just to drop out as metals. But because it's taken so much iron, it kind of means it's gonna be like that much of a prill in the bottom. He's talking like a 500 gram prill is not out of the line right now. We put 600 grams in, it might just be a huge chunk of metal coming out of there. It might not be something that we can even coupel. We'll have a look in a second. We're about to pour. Well, the Imperial Mine is definitely exciting pour. Didn't give off nearly as much smoke as I was expecting, considering how much zinc is in that ore.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're not coupeling this one today.
I think it's big.
You think it's big?
Yeah. It used to look like this piece. And that's the 3rd one I put in.
Really?
I ate 2.5 of those.
Wow.
How much that weighs? It's not hot. I don't know how much that weighs, but it ate 2.5 of those.
Wow. That prill could be huge.
There you go.
Here's the surface of the center everybody likes.
there could be a significant amount of lead in here. Oh boy.
You thinking so?
It's a lot.
That was huge.
That's a chunk of lead.
So how do you compel that?
You don't, you send it home with Dan.
I got a new doorstop.
Yeah.
That's Dan's problem.
Yep.
We can get it cleaned up and I'll shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take the XRF to it and see what it has in it.
Here we go.
Okay, we're weighing out the prill from the Imperial.
Let Dan get in there. This is yours.
Oh, sneak through.
429 grams.
You guessed 500.
Yeah, it's a lot.
429.
I got myself a doorstop. But we should XRF that and see how much of that is silver.
Yeah, I think it's
And gold.
You got some precious metals in here for sure.
It's gonna be tough to see a small percentage of gold in that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't want to melt. This little tiny thin plastic sheet here doesn't like heat, doesn't like stabby things.
Why am I scared that that's aiming at me right now?
It's not running right now, Dan.
Okay.
I don't know. He scanned me one time.
You've been irradiated?
He said he wasn't going to scan me, and he scanned me. I don't trust it.
Okay, we're going to do the XRF.
Let me get nut slag, because the slag will screw it up.
I assume the top number is going to be lead.
Oh, it does show gold.
What's gold?
A lot of iron, man.
I added a ton. 2%.
We're right now at 2% gold?
Only why is
0.5 silver.
Why is there more gold than silver?
That's a lot. We saw a lot going over that table. We all have these strange looks on our face right now.
Let's scan about here.
Yeah, I'm surprised the iron number's that high.
Yeah. Let's get the tip. Just the tip.
Oh, God.
There you go. Lead silver.
Well, you got yourself a lead mine.
No gold there.
Let's wait.
1.7 silver.
There we go. Let's see what little bismuth showed up. So what I'm seeing here is that this is a mix of all kinds of stuff.
A little bit of everything.
This thing's not going to help you until if you remelted this down in like a dish.
And made a pretty
It
pretty
clean,
surface.
Pretty.
Or filed off maybe a flat surface. So get the ugly surface off it.
I think you need to remelt this in like a dish and then make a nice little bar out of it or something and then reshoot it. Third scan, 80 iron and then 3% gold. There's some lead and there's still no silver.
Where's our silver?
It was gold.
That's interesting.
I don't know.
Gotta melt this.
I'm definitely sending some of this off for an assay now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Fooled by the mat.
Yeah, we managed to break the mat off of the prill. We realized with the XRF gun that we were actually an iron mat at the top, and there's the actual prill, which
Compel that.
is coupellable.
is
Not
that?
that we have any time to do that today.
125.
That's more reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense, right? Because it wasn't done.
We're having a really interesting conversation here. So what we found is actually we ended up with a really big mat layer on top of the prill, which means the smelt didn't complete. It's not that it didn't complete, it's that there wasn't enough of the, ooh, that's still warm. There wasn't enough of the flux to absorb all of the iron sulfide that we created in there. But this is scanning out as 3% gold at the moment, which means we're gonna have to resmelt that at some point and see if we can get ourselves a really big gold bead out of that. This is not showing any of our gold. It's like our gold didn't make it down this far. It all stayed up in there. But this is showing about 2% silver. 2% silver here, 3% gold there. Very interesting, but we're not quite sure the ramifications of all of this at the moment. We're still discussing it. Okay, we have a plan. We are gonna take that prill and we're gonna coupel it. We're gonna take that mat and we're gonna resmelt it. But all of that is gonna happen in another video because it's late and I have to get home tonight. So check back the channel another day for a follow-up from this video to see what is actually in that massive chunk of metal we got from the Imperial Mine. Because we're getting some weird results. Now here are the rest of the cons that we didn't smelt from the Griffin mine. I am going to take a sample and send off for an assay of these cons to see what the lab says it has in it. Should be a mixture of pyrites of all sorts, gold and silver. There we be. The cons are all dried out. We're now mixing up bags. 3 scoops is almost exactly 1 pound into a bag of the Imperial Mine crushed concentrates. And there we are, 30 bags of Imperial Mine ore crush already. Now, while I'm at it, I have a bunch of this blue chip crush as well. Let's do it with the blue chip, in case anyone wants to smelt blue chip gold ore or Imperial silver and gold ore. And 12 bags from the blue chip as well. And as a disclaimer for this stuff, there's no guarantees of what's in there. You've seen the videos, you've seen the smelts, you've seen the assays. But there could be anything in those bags. Yes, there is lead, there is sulfides, there is antimony, there is arsenic, there's silver, there's gold. There's everything you can imagine that you might find in a hard rock gold ore in these bags. But no guarantee about how much. And we did cut up a bunch of Mariposite to put up on the website, www.danhurdprospecting.com. If you want any slabs of Mariposite or specimens or any of this hard rock crushed ore, check out the website, www.danhurdprospecting.com, in the shop. Oh yes, and these still need to be processed. This here, the matte layer, showed that it might have up to 3% gold in it. And the actual lead prill was showing it might have up to 2% silver in it. Now those are XRF numbers, so we won't know until we crush and process the matte and coupel the prill. Well, that was an awesome day of playing in the shop with 2 amazing people. If you haven't checked out their channels, yes, it's Jason, Mount Baker Mining and Metals, and Harry, Mine Operator. They have awesome YouTube content. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave me that thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope I earned it today. And a big thanks to everyone for watching. And until the next one, bye.